Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that Yahweh has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. We are reading Exodus chapter 32. I am sharing this live on Facebook right now. Exodus chapter 32, verse 1. When the people saw that Moses delayed to come down from the mountain, they gathered together to Aaron and said to him, Up, make us gods to go before us. As for this Moses, the man who brought us out of the land of Egypt, we do not know what's become of him. So Aaron replied, Take the gold rings from the ears of your wives, your sons and your daughters, and bring them to me. So all the people took the gold rings from their ears and brought them to Aaron. And they received the gold at their hand and fashioned it with a graving tool and made a molten calf. And they said, These are our gods, O Israel, which brought you out of the land of Egypt. Wow. And when Aaron saw the molten calf, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow shall be a feast to the Lord. And they rose up early the next day and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up early to play. The Lord said to Moses, Go down, for your people, whom you brought out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. I read that slow for a purpose. They have turned aside out of the way which I have commanded them. They have made them a molten calf and have worshipped it and sacrificed to it and said, These are your gods, O Israel, that brought you out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said to Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now, therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may burn hot against them, and that I may destroy them. But I will make of you a great nation. He's talking to Moses. Verse 11. But Moses besought the Lord his God, and said, Lord, why does your wrath blaze hot against your people, whom you have brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and a mighty hand? Why should the Egyptians say, For evil he has brought them forth to slay them in the mountains and consume them from the face of the earth? He's asking them these questions. And then he said, Turn from your fierce wrath and change your mind concerning this evil against your people. Now, this is a conversation between Moses and the Most High. He's asking him, change your mind concerning this evil against your people. Verse 13, earnestly remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, your servants, to whom you swore by your own self, and said to them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of the heavens, and all this land that I have spoken of I will give to your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. Then the Lord turned from his evil, which he had thought to do to his people. And Moses turned and went down from the mountain with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hands, tables or tablets that were written on both sides. The tables were the work of God. The writing was the writing of God, graven upon the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, and said to Moses, There is a noise of war in the camp. But Moses said, It is not the sound of shouting for victory, neither is the sound of the cry of defeat, but the sound of singing that I hear. Good morning, sis. Verse 19. And as soon as he came near to the camp, he saw the calf and the dancing. And Moses' anger blazed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands and broke them at the foot of the mountain. And he took the calf that he had made, and he burned it in the fire, and grounded it to powder, and scattered it on the water, and made the Israelites drink it. And Moses said to Aaron, what did this people do to you, that you have brought such a great sin upon them? And Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord blaze hot. You know the people, that they are set on evil. For they have said to me, make us gods, which shall go before us. As for this Moses, the man who brought us out of the land of Egypt, we don't know what's become of him. Verse 24, and I said to them, those who have any gold, let them take it off. So they gave it to me. Then I cast it in the fire, and there came out this calf. Now that sounds silly. He put it in the fire, and then the calf came out. Not taking responsibility at all. Verse 25, and then Moses saw that the people were unruly and unrestrained, for Aaron had let them get out of control, so that they were a derision and an object of shame among their enemies. Then Moses stood at the gate of the camp and said, whoever is on the lower side, who's ever on the lower side, let him come to me. And all the Levites, the priestly tribes, gathered together with him. And he said unto them, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, every man put his sword on his side, and go out from his gate, from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. Wow. He says, I just wonder why, this is Charity speaking. She said, I wonder why Aaron allowed it. He was with him speaking for Moses and Pharaoh the whole time. I thought the same exact thing, Charity. And we are at the 6 minute and 40-second mark. I'm going to stop right here at verse 26. We're going to take this back up tomorrow. May Yahweh bless you and keep you. May Yahweh make his face shine upon you and show you his favor. And may Yahweh lift his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Don't forget, people, he wants to dwell with us. He wants to dwell with us. We are his people. Stay focused. I love you. I love you. This is amazing. I'm going to keep reading. I hope y'all do too. Peace.